I'm Keith. I will be your guide for today. And we are going to be talking about 5 tips to instantly make money with business credit. Look, we talk about building business credit all the time. We talk about different ways, all the cool things of building it and all of that. But bottom line is you need to know, how do you make money with business credit? That is the golden rule of everything. And I'm going to give you 5 tips to be able to do that. We're going to think through some things. If at any time you have questions, always feel free to throw them in the chat. We'll always try to answer them to the best of my ability and help you out. But before we get started, if you're going through this, live stream with me, you want to learn how you can build business credit, make sure to join us on the 15th. We're doing a free live webinar with Ty. He's going to be there answering all your questions about building business credit. He's going to walk you through the exact steps, what you need, how to make it work. Everything will be laid out for you. It's a great time. We always have an awesome time on these live webinars we do. You can find out more about that at creditsuite.com/buildbizcredit. Again, that's creditsuite.com/buildbizcredit, and that's how you can get in. Or we're throwing the links inside of the chat here for you as well that you can click there. All right, well, let's get on to the fun stuff. This is where it gets fun. All right, so man, my slides are messed up today. Oh, that'll work. So let's talk about, can you make money with business credit? Look, at the end of the day, the business credit is awesome. Getting the stuff that you need is good. Having good credit is a good thing to have. But really, the key of all of this is to generate money. The key is to put more money in your pocket to help you find ways that you can actually leverage business credit so you can get all these other benefits and values with it and figure out how to really make some money with it. The beauty of business credit is actually surprisingly easy to make money with business credit when you know how it works. And knowing how it works is that key that a lot of us, I think, tend to miss. Is that we look at it and we're looking at kind of this big goal, but sometimes it helps to take a step back and go, okay, here's all the resources I have, here's what's available, and let's dive in, and here's how I'm going to use it to actually make some money. So the beauty of business credit is that what we're going to be talking about is it works regardless of your income. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. These are all things that you can do, and actually, most of 4 out of the 5 of these vendors and these business credit accounts that we're going to be talking about today, that I'm going to outline for you, you can get as a tier one, which means once you have your fundability set up, once you're able to have everything in order to get approved, the first set of business credit accounts that you're going to be applying for, you can use this tactic on it with them. So this isn't something that you're going to have to build for years and years and years. You can literally be up and doing this in a week or two. So I mean, this is fast money. It's a good way to make some quick revenue before the end of the year, and make sure that your business is prepared for Q4, because we all know, unless you're in retail, it gets a little bit slow around the holiday time. So we're going to help you prep for that. And the other nice thing is this is gonna provide real value to your clients. This isn't something where you're going to get out there. That you'll see as we get into it. I mean, these are real tangible things that you can use. But the first thing you need to understand is that business credit is way more powerful than what you may realize. Normal business owners fail to use business credit to its fullest potential. A lot of times, what I see, and I'm one of the moderators of our Get Business Credit group. I watch a lot of the conversations. I see a lot of what's going on with other people in the industry. But it seems like a lot of people want to use business credit as a means to an end. They're like, hey, I got to get that 80 paid X. I got to get that 80 paid X. And you get up there and then it just kind of falls apart. It's not really doing anything. It's not actually really being leveraged. It's not being used to the best of what it can be. And you're not making money with it. So at the end of the day, our goal is to give you that opportunity to leverage the buying power and show you how you can leverage the buying power so that you can earn even more revenue. And again, excuse me, the things we're talking about is business credit. So everything that we're going to show you here today doesn't require a personal guarantee, which means that regardless of your personal credit, regardless of the company income or how long you've been open, there's still a lot of this stuff that you're going to be able to leverage almost immediately. So start using your business credit to grow your business. So what we're going to help you do is I'm going to show you how to get the equipment and supplies you need to start selling, building your website and your online presence, because marketing is essential. If you're not out there marketing, it doesn't matter how great your product is if nobody knows about you. How to get inventory to stock your store, because if you're running a retail store, if you're running something that's selling inventory, that's your money. I mean, that really is essentially all of your money. Get to the job. So you've got gas, you've got fuel cards to get there, and we're even going to show you how you can purchase company vehicles without a personal guarantee. Now, look, I'm going to be very upfront before we start digging into all these topics. This isn't going to be the in-depth dive on all of this stuff. We're going to be really covering it, going over kind of the concepts of it, giving you some vendors and helping you get along that path. But again, join us on the 15th for the live webinar. That's where we're really going to get into. We'll have more time to get into the nuts and bolts, and Ty's going to be here to be able to walk you through that. So it's going to be a good time. So let's start with number 5. Number 5 way that you can earn money instantly with business credit is financing your office equipment and supplies. So why do you need office equipment? Look, some of you guys are in a business that all you need to really get off the ground is a computer and office equipment. You get a desk, you get a computer, you get a mouse and keyboard, and you're just off to the races. And that is a great way. If you have one of those business models, it's super easy to get up. It's super easy to get your business going, to start generating money. The nice thing is you can use business credit to get the equipment you need from tier 1 starter vendors. Some of those tier 1 starter vendors, digital office supplies, you can get through Creative Analytics. Now, if you haven't checked out Creative Analytics, I've put together multiple live streams on this company. I love them. They're one of the businesses. They're not a huge business. They're a little bit smaller. Probably maybe 100, 200 people in the organization, but they really grabbed onto the concept of business credit, and so they've got all sorts of stuff. They've got website designs. They've got actual computers that you can get, laptops. I mean, all of the stuff, all of the hardware and the equipment that you're going to need to be able to get up and going. And it's a tier 1 vendor, which means that you don't have to have previously established credit, as long as you're meeting all your fundability guides, all your fundability foundation setup stuff. You should be good to get approved with them. So Creative Analytics is who you're going to be looking at for some of that. And the other one, and we talk about this company a lot, but it's Uline. Uline, when you start digging inside of Uline, you're going to find that they've just got a ton of stuff for the actual physical location of your business. So if you need office furniture, you need chairs, you need a desk, something like that, Uline is a great option for that. You can get a lot of different things, and they actually show up a couple different times in this presentation. So the two that you're gonna be leveraging for that is Creative Analytics and Uline. And now the trick to this is actually pretty simple. Both these accounts are going to be net 30 terms. So what a net 30 term means is just that. It means that it's going to give you 30 days that you have to pay off the invoice. Meaning that within a month you can have all of your equipment that you need. If you need a printer, fax machines. Do people even use fax machines anymore? But fax machines, printers, copiers, all that stuff, anything that you actually tangibly need for your office, the equipment that you need for an office setup, you can get through these companies. 30 days means you can get the equipment in, get out there, start making sales, start making money, and get everything paid off with the proceeds from what you're earning from the business before it's even due, which is nice. And again, we're talking startup vendors. These are tier 1 vendors. These aren't ones that you're going to have to spend a lot of time with, but you also have to keep in mind that they're going to be net 30 vendors. So as a net 30 vendor, that means that you do have to pay that off within 30 days, or it's going to take your business credit, and it's a whole mess after that. So these are the two. Again, that's Creative Analytics, and Uline is who you want to check out for that. So let's talk about number 4, website and online presence. Now, obviously, if you're building websites, this is one you can skip. These all aren't going to apply for everyone. But if you're one of those people that you're really good at what you do, you may be the best at what you do, but you have no skills in building websites, or you have no skills building an online presence, that's where this is going to step in. Having a website is going to instantly boost your credibility. Um, I can't even remember the last time that I ever bought I bought a product from a company that I hadn't looked on their website, especially working from home. Like if you have a home-based office, or you work remotely, you know that everything you do is online first. You've got to have a website. I mean, it's 2022. We shouldn't even have to bring that up. Even if you're just getting started, no matter where you're at, you need a website. It's going to help your fundability. So when you're going and looking for loans, when you're trying to get approved for stuff, lenders are going to be looking at your website. Now, the recommended tier one vendor is actually CEO Creative, which offers affordable websites at net 30 terms. You see, they made it back around again. Again, tier one vendor, you can get this right out of the gate. You could be building your website within a week with this company, and you could be online and you can get the stuff that you need. They're good websites. I mean, when you're looking at something that's net 30 terms, it may not be the best, but it's a great place to get started if you don't have one. The other thing that's nice is when you start working with companies like this, the CEO Creative actually has they actually have a sister company called Creative Analytics, and I'll throw that out here for you if you guys want to check it out. So Creative Analytics is actually a great company as well. They're a sister company of the CEO Creative, or vice versa. I'm not sure which one came first. But they're a tier one vendor as well, and they'll do social media marketing for you on net 30 terms as a tier one vendor. So basically, what you're able to do with these two companies, sister companies, is you're going to be able to get your office, get your computer set up, start working, get a website, and start doing social media marketing, get your name out there, start driving traffic, start getting engagements, start getting customers within 30 days. And you can do this all with the business credit without a personal guarantee, which means you're going to be able to convert clients with your website and start selling online as fast as you can. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. The only thing that we're interested here today is let's make some money with business credit. So again, now you know that you've got CEO Creative and Creative Analytics, who can come in, help you get your website and get your marketing set up, which is a great way to go. All right. How many of you guys out there are running? How many of you guys out there are running a retail store? You're selling products online. If that's you, just put I or me or yo or something in the chat for me. Let me know who you are, because I love to see how many of you guys are engaged in different business industries. Next, we're going to talk about getting inventory for your retail store. This is a great way to quickly make money. Inventory, that's your stock. That's your supply. That is your product that you're going to make, that you get to make some money on. This is where you're going to be able to go through and get inventory. Now, we just put out a blog about this. You should check it out on creditsuite.com. I think it's creditsuite.com/blog. We just put out an article on just different retail vendors that are available. And there's some really cool stuff that goes along with these retail retail companies. At the end of the day, your inventory is where you're going to be making money. But the problem is, to really stock a store takes a lot of money. Even if you've got a smaller store, just getting enough stuff into your store that when somebody comes in that they're buying something, it's going to take money. The nice thing is with these companies that we're talking about, they're not always just offering net 30s. A lot of these retail companies, they specialize in working with retail companies or retail stores, even digital online stores and brick and mortar, which is awesome, meaning that, and they're giving you net 90 terms. Here we go. So yeah, they have net 60 and net 90 terms. So you're basically able to come in, order your products, get them on your shelf, and have 60 to 90 days to pay them, to get them sold and make enough money to pay off your invoices. That is by far the easiest way if you're running a retail store, if you're running a convenience store, anything like that, you can stock up. And the beauty of it with business credit, you're getting these big lines of credit. So instead of making all these small orders and having limited stock and limited supply, you can actually buy more in bulk, especially if you've been doing this for a little bit. You're going to kind of know what sells best in your store, where you can go in and buy it in bulk on credit and buy it for cheaper, meaning that your margins on your top selling products are actually lower than if you were to buy them a little bit at a time. So leveraging your business credit, and I will tell you a secret about this, and this is a little known secret that people don't talk about business credit, but business credit actually started with retail stores. If you're running a retail shop, business credit will be hands down your best friend. Ty's talked about it for years, that the big companies, the Walmarts, the Targets, these big retail chains, these big retail chain stores, they're there because of business credit. Walmart doesn't own any of the products that it has on its shelf. Walmart has net 30 accounts set up with all of these vendors, so, and doing this exact same strategy that we're talking about here. They sell them, they pay them back based on what is sold. It's how retail makes their money. You're buying cheap, you're selling, you're making the markup for getting it out to the consumer. And you can do this with business credit. There are millions, I would even go to say billions of dollars being exchanged in retail just using business credit. So this is actually a great tool. Now, the other side is with your retail store. If you're just getting started, or if you've been there and you know that there's always going to be different things that you need. And it's not just the supplies. You're going to have. This isn't my specialty, so I'm kind of just winging some of this. But you're going to need displays. If you have clothes, you're going to need clothes racks. You're going to have shelves. You're going to have all the stuff to display the inventory that you're selling. So some of the other things that you can do with your business credit, you can get hardware, you can get supplies to do build outs for your store at Home Depot. So if you need racks, you can go there, you can get what you need. You need lighting, Home Depot is a great place. Again, Uline makes the list because Uline is a lot more powerful than what we realize sometimes. You can get actual displays and racks through Uline specifically. They've got a ton of different options of variety there that you can literally have your store set up with them using business credit within days. And again, you can stock up on inventory with Fair and Abound. Those are two separate companies, just so you're aware. So one of them is Fair, and the other one is Abound. These are two companies that actually specialize in retail inventory. So if you need inventory, and once you get in and you start looking around, you're going to find that there are that some of these companies have very unique products. So if you're running something that's a little more boutique, or you want to offer stuff that maybe isn't the run-of-the-mill average stuff that you may find at Walmart or Dollar General, but you really want to have something more boutique that's set up specifically for you, these companies are great for that. And again, they don't require a personal guarantee, meaning that you can get in there and work with them without having to actually put your personal credit on the line. Looks like we got a question from YouTube. Jay Washington, question: I have good credit. Will getting my credit check for business mess up my personal score? Jay, that is a great question. If what we're talking about here today is we're actually talking about business credit, meaning that there's no personal guarantee. They're not even looking at your personal credit score for you to be able to get approved with this. But if you are applying for financing, if you are applying for a loan and you're using your personal credit, or there is a personal guarantee, it depends on how the lender is reviewing your credit. A lot of the lenders, when you're looking at some of the alternative funding, like I know the credit line hybrid, a lot of the programs that are out there, they'll actually do a soft pull on your credit, meaning that it doesn't have the normal ramifications that an inquiry has. But if there are some of them, if you're like looking at SBA loans, or you're looking at traditional financing and you're going to a bank, they may actually do a hard inquiry, meaning that it is gonna hit. it is going to hit your report. How much that impacts you depends on the strength of your credit, the depth of your credit, how many other inquiries you have. There's a lot of different factors, but typically it's not like massive amount. If somebody checks your credit report, I've seen it go down as much as 1 to 2 points, and the most extreme I've ever seen was about 15 to 20 points. But it was an extreme situation where there wasn't a lot of stuff going on. So Jay replied back, yes, but my business is new. I was thinking about Amex, Chase, etc. Yes, if you're looking at those business credit cards like Amex, Chase, and you are a newer business, yeah, they're going to look at your credit, and they probably will require a personal guarantee or do a hard pull. To be able to look at that. One of the other options that you can look at is if you're looking that direction, Jay, we do have the credit line hybrid, which gives you access to about 5 different credit lines all at the same time. They're business credit lines, so they don't show up on your personal credit profile. So the only thing you have to worry about is the inquiries. But those personal credit or those business credit cards, you should. I don't think there's much of a situation where I would ever advise somebody to get a business credit card that reports on your personal credit. I think that's a little too close for my comfort. I do know people who have done it and they use it kind of as an emergency backup. Like I believe the Chase Sapphire card is one of them that actually reports on your personal credit report, even though it's a business credit card. But if your business is new and you're looking at something like an American Express, a Chase, something like that, a little more traditional, yeah, they are gonna do a hard pull on your credit, and it's gonna have an impact. All right, great questions, Jay. I appreciate that. So let's get back. We're talking about stocking up your retail stores. So again, getting the stuff that you need. This personal credit. You have 60 to 90 days to pay this stuff off, which is awesome. Gives you a lot of time. Get out there, make sales. And now, if you're following along, this is only number 3 that we're on right now. So if we just take these first 3 things that we're talking about, within 30 days, you can have your computer set. You can have your computer, so you can be doing all your online sales. You can be getting things set up. Now you can have a website. You can have social media marketing. You can start working on click ads, things like that. So now you've got the means to to get the orders, to get the stuff to start fulfilling things. Now you have a website that you can start marketing and getting sales online. And now you know how to stock your store. Now you have essentially started a retail business. You've launched a new company without having to have a personal guarantee involved. And you notice we haven't talked about any traditional credit cards. We haven't talked about like American Express or Chase outside of answering Jay's question. But that's the power of this, is when you understand and you really start digging into the vendors, and don't look at them as don't look at building business credit as the journey or as the destination. It's just the journey. It's just the process of getting there. And I mean, honestly, once you get into this, it's going to take about 4 to 6 months to maximize your business credit and be able to open up and get basically whatever you want. But as you can see, just with these first 3 that we've mapped out, you can have everything you need to get a store up and going without you having to come out of your pocket to be able to get most of the stuff that you need for it. All right, now we're gonna kind of shift to some of our other audience members. Let's talk about fleet cards. The reason I wanted to talk about fleet cards is because over this last year, there's been a massive amount of changes that have gone on with fuel cards and fleet cards. Some of the businesses that I think can benefit the most from fleet cards. I mean, obviously, if you're doing ride shares, if you're doing any sort of delivery, like an Amazon delivery subsidiary, or you're doing anything along those lines. The other ones that are important, if you're a contractor, if you're running a construction company, you're doing roofing, you're doing anything like that that requires that you go to the actual job site. The fleet cards are going to be absolutely priceless for you. And let's not forget the most apparent one that's going to use fleet cards is going to be our truck drivers. You guys, this is basically your lifeblood of your business, is having fuel to be able to keep on the roads. If you don't have fuel, it doesn't matter what kind of truck you have. It doesn't matter what kind of load you have if you can't get there. So fleet cards are great, are just basically essential for getting out and going. You can't afford for your vehicle to be account. The reason that I like fleet cards so much is because it's not just about getting fuel. It's about getting fuel. It's about getting maintenance. It's about getting your getting oil change, keeping the car, keeping the vehicle on the road. It gets you to the job so that you can make money. That is by far the most important thing that you can do. So if you're in a business that you can that you need to get places, you need to get to the job, you need to get to a location, fleet card is definitely something you want to look at. And in tier one, there are still options that you can get without a personal guarantee, like Pilot Flying J. It's a giant truck stop. They're all over the nation. A lot of locations that you can have, a lot of locations you can use, but I wanted to include this one because it's one of the few that's left that doesn't have a personal guarantee. After I think about 6 months ago, WEX actually changed their guidelines that started requiring a personal guarantee. But I'll tell you a little secret. We've actually seen that if the NAICS code is right, you're in a truck, they can prove that you own a trucking company or something that's really beneficial to them. It's much there's some leeway there. But if you're not and you just need a fuel card, you need a fleet card to be able to keep things going, check out Pilot Flying J. Again, it's tier one account. It's not going to take you long to get there. It's a great way to get in, get the money that you need, keep your car on the road, make sure that nothing's breaking down and that you're moving. All right, and let's talk about the Big Granddaddy. This isn't going to be a tier one thing. This is going to take you about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months to be able to get to with enough credit. But I think one of the best ways that you can do, one of the best things that you can do for your business is if it's company purchase vehicles. I mean, there is nothing like that, because if you're running construction companies, if you're starting to look at if you're looking at deliveries, anything like that, company vehicle is by far one of the best things that you can do. And the beauty of it is that there are a lot of options. You can get to there's pickup trucks. Ford has you can get all the way up to dump trucks through Ford with just business credit without a personal guarantee. It takes about 6 to 9 months to be able, or I'm sorry, 5 to 6 months to be able to build your credit to get there. But there's all sorts of options. There's Sprinter vans available. I think we just released a YouTube video about this last week, actually, breaking down all the stuff that's available. You've got Ford, Toyota, I believe, is another one, and Ally, which Ally is nice because it's Ford. Ally is owned by Ford. But it's more for the used vehicle side. So if you're looking for something used, you can break outside of just Ford or Toyota or any of them that offer it and use it. And there's no personal guarantee on it, which is amazing. So if you're running a construction company, you have crews that are running, there's nothing better than giving them a company truck, company fuel cards, getting them out, getting them on the road, keeping them there, getting them to the job. And then it can be professionally branded. So it's building your brand. And the beauty of it is they're vehicles, which means that yes, they may be depreciating, but there's still assets that are available. There's still ways that you can use them. It's improving the overall value of the company. And by far, one of the easiest ways to be able to make money with business credit, having a company vehicle. If you're looking at ride shares, if you're looking at anything like that, if you're going to be the delivery person going back and forth, you could do that with business credit. You can have an entire fleet with business credit and not have to have it, not be using your personal credit with it. It's a great tool, great resource to be able to get out there. So that's really that's it. So that's really our top 5 reasons. So our top 5 ways to make money. So again, get your office supplies, get your equipment, get the things that you need, get your website, get your marketing set up, get the inventory for your retail store, keep your car on the road with your fuel cards. And it looks like we have a conversation going on. Fleet cards are not necessary if there's no fuel to fill the CMV. True, I don't know what that is, but get your fleet card and then get your business, then get your company vehicles. Get out there, get on the road, be showing what it is that you're looking. Get out there and be making money. So, your first step to making money with business credit, you need a formula. You need to know how to build it. We've got you covered on that. A couple things that I'm going to advise or that I'm going to recommend. First, if you want to learn more about business credit, we're just covering the surface, just scratching things, just talking about how you can make money with it. But if you really want to get into the process, join our live webinar coming up on is it next Tuesday? No, 2 Tuesdays from now on the 15th. We're going to be talking about, Ty's going to be breaking out all the ways to build business credit, how it works. If you want to get a jump start on that, you can actually download our free guide on how to build business credit for your EIN that's not tied to your personal social security number at creditsuite.com/EIN. It's a free guide. It's been downloaded over 1 million times. We've had a ton of people use this. Great way to be able to find out how to be able to get in and start building your business credit, what steps to do. Or if you want to talk with people and you want to talk with our team, you want to find out what other vendors may be available to be able to help you to build your business credit and to be able to get the resources you need, schedule a free assessment. We'd be more than happy to talk with you. Not only will we guide you in what you need with your business credit, but we're also going to look at your funding options, see what you can qualify for now, what path that you're on, what kind of funding that you may be able to get in the future, and get everything that you need, find out, get you on path, build your fundability, build your business credit, get the financing you need, and take the stress out of running a business. Get some money in your pocket to be able to really make some dynamic growth. Get your free assessment at creditsuite.com/consult. And as always, if you enjoyed this live stream, if you're enjoying this live stream and you share it, we'll give you some free tools. Check that out at creditsuite.com/toolbox. And we got a lot of slashes in here, don't we? And again, make sure to check out the live webinar. If you want to find out more about that, that's at creditsuite.com/buildbizcredit. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you guys have any questions, like I said, reach out to us. You can schedule a consultation. Email us at info@creditsuite.com. Check out our beautiful website at creditsuite.com, or we always have people available to answer your calls right when you're ready. You can reach us at 877-600-2487. Again, 877-600-2487. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me and engaging with me today. It's been a blast sharing these tips with you. If you have any other questions or anything else that you'd like for us to cover, just throw it in the chat. Just let us know. I'm always looking for new ideas, new concepts, to be able to help you guys out. So if you have questions, throw them in there. If you have ideas or things that you'd love to see from us, throw them in the chat. We're always monitoring that. We'd be happy to just help provide you the resources and the education you need. So until next time, have yourself a great day. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time.